It's Christmas time. Oh, hello, everybody. It's me, Chris Smith, and guess who I'm here with? My mother, Betty.
Hello.
Hello, Betty.
Everybody.
Thank you for coming back to join us again.
You're welcome.
You know, I'm visiting my mother, and we're recording different episodes, and they will be sprinkled out over the weeks and months to come. Isn't that
years.
fun? And years. Well, I don't know years, but certainly weeks.
Oh, you mean while you're here?
No, while I'm gone. Yes. Well, today I have a very scary subject to talk about. The biblical rapture. Tell the people what the rapture is, Betty.
It's when everybody's taken out, when Jesus comes back and people are taken into the... I don't like to explain stuff like that.
Oh, okay. Well, as far as I can tell, the Christian people would be taken up.
That's right.
And disappear in the twinkling of an eye. And as a child, this story terrified me. Not to mention the fact that we would go to church, often on New Year's Eve, and they would show these rapture movies. Remember, Betty?
Yes.
Like Left Behind, and what was that other scary one that was like a sequel? I don't think, seems like one was called, no, Left Behind were the books. This one was it called Thief in the Night and A Distant Thunder? Don't look it up on YouTube. It will terrify you. Especially you children who are sinners. Now, I don't believe in scaring people into religion. Look, this light on I don't like how the light is there. I'll move my head like this. I don't believe in scaring people into religion. Do you, Betty?
No. Shouldn't be a scary thing. I was so happy I couldn't quit smiling.
Just like Effie.
Oh, it was wonderful.
Effie is our relative who...
And it still is wonderful.
Oh, yes, of course. But if you're a little child and you see these horror movies about people disappearing,
I can
cars crashing
that.
and planes crashing,
I can understand that.
It's traumatic. Well, would you believe I was so terrified of it when I was growing up that after everybody would go to sleep at night, I would try and listen to see if I could hear anybody still awake.
Oh.
I know.
I didn't know you was so scared all the time.
So my lawyer is going to be presenting you with with papers suing you for
Who, me?
Yes. For
well, me, I didn't scare you.
For a lifetime of trauma about the biblical rapture.
Rapture means caught up.
It means caught up, Betty just told me before we started taping.
Right.
Apparently, nowhere in the Bible is the word rapture.
That's what I
interesting?
was told.
You know, but it's very scary, and it still gives me the creeps when I talk about it, even though I'm of Christian descent. But it is, I just think it's terrifying, the whole thing, and it just doesn't seem, it seems hard to get all those people to disappear at one time.
But God can do anything and everything.
I wish he'd control some of the craziness going on in our world.
He could.
And maybe get me a raise.
Yeah, that would be great.
But miracles, one miracle at a time. Now, one of the things I did to get through those terrifying nights when I was growing up was I would listen to talk radio. This was probably when I was in junior high, and I had a little radio, and I would listen to talk radio, and one of my favorites was TalkNet, starring Sally Jesse Raphael, and the theme song was Someone to Talk to, Someone Who Cares, Someone You Know Who Will Always Be There. Tune in, turn on TalkNet. we care. Isn't that marvelous? That was the theme song, yes. And I just loved Sally Jesse.
Yeah,
well,
Sally Jesse
So, and then another, yes,
Sally
Jesse Raphael.
Raphael,
yes.
Yes.
And another thing that I would do is I would call these 1-800 numbers. I had this whole little book. I looked for it last night, but I think I took it to California because I remember taking it. But it had like a whole collection of 1-800 numbers like Coca-Cola, and whenever I'd see an 800 number, I'd add it to my book. And I'd call these 1-800 numbers at night and listen to just voices say, "You've reached Coca-Cola. Our hours of operation are Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. And for some reason, that was of comfort to me. I would stay up on the phone dialing all these numbers until I fell asleep. Aren't you glad I didn't call those what are those numbers that people would call and it would run up the bills, like those 900 numbers?
Yeah.
Or those sex lines that people used to call? I don't know that they had those in the 80s.
Well, you used to have party lines, before.
Betty used to have party lines, and you could pick up your phone and your neighbors would be on the other line, and you'd have to say, "Get off the phone, Myrtle."
And say, "Excuse me, I need to use the line."
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah,
it's just psycho. It's psychopathic.
I think there was about 8 on our line.
So 8 different households had a phone.
Oh yeah, had party lines.
That doesn't seem like a party to me.
It is not a party.
Well,
so Myrtle says to Irvin, since he was on call on the railroad, and she'd say, "Irvin, I need the line." He said, "I need the line too. I'm being called to work." So that's the way that party line.
Well, if I was being called to work, I would take the phone off the hook. Ha! Because I hate work.
But blessed to be employed.
Oh, just send the money. I don't need to work that bad. You know what another fun thing that I would do besides listening to Sally Jesse Raphael?
What's that?
I would listen to Sex Talk with Phyllis Levy, and she told us all the most amazing things. And even though I was in junior high, I was hearing about the position of the week, the porn review, and all sorts of things. And I just didn't know what to think. My little early teenage head was about to explode off of my body. Isn't that amazing?
I guess.
But it sure took my mind off the biblical rapture.
Too bad.
Oh, well.
Too bad things like that scare you.
And look who's here. It's Lucius.
It's Lucius again.
Yes.
Hello, Lucius.
Hello, Betty.
Hello, Lucius.
Lucius loves to talk about the rapture too because he loves scared children.
I like it when people disappear and their planes crash.
Isn't that fun?
Yeah.
Oh, if only I'd had Lucius as a child. Well, anyway, if anybody out there in the world has also been afraid of the biblical rapture, you can comment down here below on the comments section. Oh, I wish that my niece and nephew, Sharita and little Stephen, were here. They could tell about the time that they went off to a summer camp at a religious place, and they staged a rapture to scare the children. I don't know that it was to scare them per se, but probably to teach them about it.
Yeah.
And they were so traumatized.
Trying to invite them to take Jesus in their heart.
Yes, but there's a better way. Teach love, preachers and church people. Do better. Don't scare. And stop with this teaching about politics in church. There is no place to mix politics and the church. I think it's terrible.
That's your opinion, isn't
That's
it?
my opinion.
Yes.
But I just don't think. Look at this light. I'm trying to keep the light from being seen. I should have closed that curtain back there. But I don't think that a preacher should tell you how to vote.
How to vote?
How to
No,
vote.
absolutely not.
Oh, I would storm out of that church the minute I heard that.
No, you don't have to do that. Just calmly walk out after church is over.
Calmly leave. Well, anyway, like I said, if you are have ever had this experience, do comment below, and maybe we'll invite my nephew, little Stephen, to come and tell his story of how he was so scared he slept on his sister's floor for a good year, maybe more. That's an invitation out there to you, little Stephen. Okay, well, this one we could air at Halloween because the Rapture's so scary. We'll see when it airs. Okay, but anyway, Betty, thank you for coming.
You're welcome.
We'll talk to you very soon. And thank you, Lucius, for coming.
You're welcome.
Goodbye, Lucius.
Goodbye, Betty.
And we'll all see you the next time.
Next time around,
It's Christmas time. Okay. Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye.